Morning, everybody. It is 12:58 p.m. So I am going to try and speedrun to peak because I got distracted. Um, I'm very tired still, but if I want to, if I want to get today's map, then I gotta new island in a minute. I'll fucking beat you there. I am going to be taking my meds as well, just kind of during this whole process. I don't think it changes over while you're in the thing, but I'm not going to wait too long to figure that out. Fuck. Come on. Perfect. First try. So I woke up a little later than I wanted to. I have energy drink meds. I have fucking chocolate. First try 100%. Thank you. Thank you very much. Alright. And now I pause and do my intro. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Peak. My name is Soul. It's wonderful to see everyone back. Oh, love having to beat the timer. I'm gonna go ahead and take my meds. If you guys have meds, now would be the perfect time to take them. And personally, I am taking mine with a cream soda flavor, lost and found energy drink. Too bad. I'm joking. Take your meds at the appropriate time. Technically, I'm taking mine like 3 hours too late. So... you know. I think I'll just stay up a little late today. Make full use of all of the ADHD free time I have. Thank you? Yeah, no, I sipped very loudly. Because otherwise my mic doesn't pick it up or anything. Which is usually a blessing, because it means that I can just take a sip of my energy drink whenever. But for the little bit where I'm very explicitly like, I am drinking and trying to make it explicit that I'm doing that, I have to slurp. Hui. Just out here fucking... so goddamn late to the thing. Yeah. So aside from just oversleeping, interesting things happening today. I think Canada's on fire? I think someone set Canada on fire. Oh, hell yeah. Love a cilantro cracker. Probably just part of it. The close bits. We're currently under a don't breathe the air advisory because there's too much wildfire smoke in it. So they said try. They said try not to breathe the air. Usually your indoors air is filtered enough, presuming that you are in the right type of building. Um, in my home, we have a janky-ass series of contraptions to filter the air. But yeah, no, typically, like, smoke particulates are not getting in through your HVAC, usually. So the advisory is, do your best to not go outside. It's like, I saw my neighbor across the street out, like, doing a little bit of gardening. Then you're fucked. Then die. Hey, no time no see. Heart spam. I am vibing. Hoping y'all are doing good. I have been having a rough few days, but that's not unusual for me. Hopefully, I've had some events happen in the last, like, couple days that are, like, hopefully a sign that I'm recovering. God damn it. But yeah, I can't be sure of that. I've only just woken up, so... but doing that game jam, with the theme of Signal, the pseudo-furry game jam, number 2, me and good friend Digi, yeah, it'd be like that. Yeah, making a game. It's like a text RPG, basically. Because we were going really simple, because Digi, I believe, has just boarded a plane, for like a trip, and does not have access to his setup for the next several days, minimum. And I am a writer and designer and not a developer, so... engine would be the word you're looking for, and yeah, we're using Godot for this, because it's, pretty simple. Just overall. It'd be like that. But yeah, we're effectively doing this with, like, half of the time, practically speaking, as the other participants. So we're just making a text RPG. Demo name, Finding Mother. Mother in all caps. You are a, like, radio satellite, and you have been recently reprogrammed in an attempt to find an ancient signal that once gave direction to, you know, everything in the galaxy, but has since gone silent. Spelling's hard. Don't worry about it. And it's like a text RPG situation. Though, I don't think Digi got an inventory system working in time. So I might have to rewrite the intro planet. But it's just like, yeah, you go through a series of planets. Each of those planets has nodes. And you read the story of what has happened on X planet. And, you know, try to solve whatever small issue to get a bit of fuel for your primary thruster, which is the only thruster you have that can launch you interplanetary. You have, like, directional thrusters as well that have unlimited fuel, but cannot push you fast enough to get you to the next planet. Or rather, they can, but it would take several hundred years. Do you have to help or can you be evil? I never said that your goal is to help, really. Or at least, if I did say that, I didn't mean to say it. Your goal is to get fuel, so you can get to the next planet. Your one, like, programmed thing in your robot brain is, my objective is to find the mother signal. Ah! I hit my microphone. Everything else is secondary to that. It is your independent rationale that decides how you go about doing it. Now, in terms of, like, evil options, it's limited to what I can think of. And I am unfortunately a goody two-shoes, so we'll see. Oh no, solve problems, for you. What is the problem for the player character is not necessarily a problem for the environment. It's one of those, like... When I say solve problem, it is you specifically have a goal that is, and something is standing in the way of it. You know? You are solving your problem. Sometimes this incidentally helps other people as well. But your job is to get 3 drams of fuel per planet minimum. Notably, a dram is an ancient alchemical unit of measurement, roughly 3 milliliters. And the fuel is called blood. Or slightly more commonly, anti-rust. It is AFeO, which is anti-ferrous oxide. So it's an antimatter fuel, which is the opposite of rust. It was originally created as a rust remover, but then it destroyed all of Ohio. So... Heart emoji. You know, a dram is an ancient alchemical unit of measurement, which I just kind of came up with in the conceptualization stage of the game. Like, day one, I was like, yeah, and you use drams of fuel. And it's like, I don't know what a dram is. As far as I know, I made up that word. No! Ancient alchemical unit. Although now that I've been going back through my games library a little bit, I think I got it from Caves of Cud. I think that's where dram came from. But yeah. No, yeah, you are solving the problem that is, I don't have enough fuel. And you are doing that like 3 times per planet. And And sometimes the solution to that is save some people from like a ship crash or whatever, and they will reward you with some of this ultra rare fuel. And sometimes the specific problem that you're dealing with is this planet is at peace. No, I jest, I jest. Mostly it's one of those situations of like theoretically you could kill them for it. What means do you have available to you to do that? Because you are a radio communications satellite. Like, I'm very intentional when I say, like, satellite. Like, you are a fucking satellite. One of the notable things is method of interaction with the world is you have the ability to relay the communications of others. Well, it's an antimatter fuel is the thing. If it comes into contact with iron or oxygen, it will react explosively. And if it comes into contact with rust specifically, it explodes with enough force to send you to a new planet. It's one of those fun, I would like to make sure that doesn't happen situations. You have to have a little more finesse than, I am going to ram them. Or let them burn, or whatever. Or, if they're stranded in a ship crash, they could be, like, fine for now. It's like, yeah, do you want to wait, like, a couple weeks for them to die of thirst? It is an option, but I'm making you wait the time. I say that. I'm not making you wait the time, because I don't have a good way to do that. But, like, imagine. I make you sit there with the game open for several real-life weeks. I don't know. I'll be posting a link to the game on my Discord once it is done, so y'all can get a better idea of its contents and everything. I am proud of the writing I have done for it so far. It is going to look very pretty on my itch.io page. Digi has gone through and done a vast majority of the development work. So now it is up to me to copy-paste all of the writing I have done so far into the game, and then set up the scenarios properly with my amazing sense of design. Well, Digi sends me photos of cats, mostly. We hit the halfway point, or we passed the halfway point for the jam like a couple days ago, so... Not a couple, like yesterday was the halfway point. And Digi finished up the development half, and I am going to do the design half. Me. Kind of. It's very art minimal. There's no like voices or anything. You're not looking at people's faces. The situation is you are looking at a console and a map. So, you know. It's very minimal, because I'm focusing on the things that we are good at, which is development and writing and design. So we are effectively making a text RPG. Fuck. I'm good. I wasn't expecting to be good, but I am good. But yeah, what art there is which needs to be done, I am doing. So far, I've managed to get Digi to do all of the hard parts, and then I make an evil laugh, and then we cut to Digi, and Digi's like, yeah, I'm making her do all of the design. I've only got to do the easy code stuff. And we both, sit here like, I'm totally scamming the other person. Oh god. Which is, I think, the ideal partnership. Is we both feel like we're pulling the wool over each other's eyes because it's just the things are dramatically easy for us. Because everyone's doing what is easiest for them. I am a writer, designer, Digi's developer. These are the things we're good at. Fuck. If it's not clear, I do not remember the way I was going. I know I made it up there earlier because I fell from there. And that is the only thing that I remember about how to get up there. Yeah, I have a friend, Ria, who I would probably reach out to help out with art things if it wasn't for the fact that we are already halfway through. Just because I love Ria's shit so much. Ria's never made bad art in her life. Which, to be fair, I don't think anyone's made bad art ever, but... you know. Fuck. At least my backpack fell. Okay, let's try. Burning your fingers trying to make a stupid rap? It'd be like that. You know, that's just what happens when your verses are so hot. That's just what happens, when the pussy's spectacular. Sorry, I ran out of things to say that make sense, so I did just say the pussy spectacular. Hmm. You are going into you've proposed something dangerous to me by proposing to me a complicated philosophical question. And it's one of those, I don't know, how do you define art? Because if you define it by intentionality, then no, it's not art. It cannot be made intentionally. Like, there is no venue in which an AI, at least as they stand currently, has artistic intent. Um, it also fails on originality. That being said, sometimes the AI art looks a little pretty, and it's been getting more realistic. People are using it places, and it's getting harder and harder to tell. And it's one of those fun things of, if you consider art to be an expression of emotion, or a display of skill, or intentionality, or, exploring a technique or whatever, AI can't do any of those things. Art as a means to communicate a message in a more vague sense, you could make an argument that AI art is art in that sense. Like, it can communicate a message, it can't do so with intentionality. You still need to direct it. But if it's on the bare minimum of, like, I am trying to say that this is a bird, so I am going to ask an AI to make a picture of a bird and say this is a bird, it can do that. You have to double check it to make sure you get the important details right, because it doesn't know how to fact check those itself. An AI can put words on a paper. It cannot do so with intention. It's one of those fun things of AI art, by the metric of people who enjoy art and think it is a good thing to do with your time in life. Like, art as an activity that you enjoy, the way that that person defines art, no, AI art is not art. If you consider art from the perspective of a CEO, absolutely fair. But from the perspective of, like, a CEO, wherein the only extent to which art matters to this guy is the extent to which my logo looks good, then you have the fun situation of just like, yeah, no, this is for, like, what the, like, CEO considers to be art. Like, for what matters to this guy, that's art. And when I say all of that, I say it with, like, the negative connotation of, we have created a society in which that is a perspective that exists as to what art is. Like, art is the calculated means by which I construct a logo so people will want to eat my tamales. And it's like, you know what? uh, an AI can probably get the tamale desire ratio set about as well as a human can. But yeah, there's no element of commentary or intention or artistry, really. My main thing is just I like to point out that it all depends on how you define art, and if you do so in the incredibly shallow way that a lot of executives do, then for all intents and purposes, it's one and the same. Which again, not what I think. But I am also a habitual philosopher and continuous arguer for the devil. So it's one of those, like, the arguments must be posited, even if I do not think they are legitimate or valid. Where it's like, there is a person out there who thinks that this is art, and I believe this is why they think that. And I think it's valuable to know where that guy is coming from, even if you think that guy's a moron. It's another one of those, like, you know, doing studies of conservative thought and everything, where it's like, yeah, there's a good portion of people who, outside of just people who have not examined their patterns of thinking or reasoning for why they believe their beliefs, you also have the problem of there's a lot of people out there who do just believe some irrational shit just because of how they were raised. Because America as a nation really likes to make cults. I would fucking know. I was in one for a little bit. But yeah. As we're coming around to the end of things, I would like to give the advice of attempt to understand the political positions of your opponent. You do not need to agree with them, notably. But if you understand them and where they're coming from, it is easier to make an argument against that. You know? Because it's one of the fun situations of, like, yeah, there's some percentage of people who are, like, you know, thinking whatever, like, with whatever values you have and are legitimately, like, mistaken or whatever. And it's like, oh, I think Israel has the right to exist or whatever. And it's like, I mean, the Jews deserve, like, a homeland or whatever. Like, they deserve a place to feel safe given all of the genocides. And that is, like, a thing that you can counter reasonably from, like, a standard left-wing perspective and even convince someone on. But there are also the insane American evangelicals who are out here like, oh no, I think Israel should exist because the nation of Israel needs to exist in order to trigger the end times prophecy of my religion. And that's also a guy that exists. And I don't think we're reaching that guy. But it's important that we all know he exists. God. All right. I'd like to thank everyone who turned up. I appreciate every single one of my viewers, even if you are only watching after the fact. And I will see all of you guys next time. Bye.